I have come out to Garden Express to learn all about peonies today from Chloe Van Berkel. Now, Garden Express sells bare rooted peonies like this. You mail order them and you get them into your home and into your garden. It's bare rooted peony planting season now. But Chloe, tell me about this beast that's in front of you right now.
It sure is a beast. This is an example of a 10-year-old peony rhizome. We purchased these from our main supplier, Greg Van Berkel, who is my uncle, and we process them here at Garden Express, ready to be sent out to you in the dormant bag form that comes to your door.
So these smaller plants that people buy and plant into their garden would have come from a mature plant like this?
That's exactly right. So we harvest from anywhere from a 4 to 10-year-old plant, and we do have rhizomes that come off from our mature plant. They are pieces that look like this. And so that one has been cut from our mature plant. We do ensure that we give you 4 to 5 eyes on each rhizome.
That's these pink things here?
That is exactly right. They're called eyes. There are tuberous roots. The rhizome is quite solid. There's no mushy part. That is the type of plant that you'll receive in the mail.
And then how do people actually go about planting this in their garden?
So what you want to do is you want to find a really sunny area in the garden. They do much better in the ground than they do in pot. And what you want to do is plant it about 2 to 3 inches under the soil. You don't want to plant them too deep, as this can cause the rhizome to struggle, and a lot of life per se or energy is used out of the rhizome, and you might have some performance issues with flowering. When you do receive your rhizome, may flower the first year, but more likely it'll flower once it's established in the garden. It's got over that transplant shock of...
So maybe the second year you'll get some more flowers.
That's right.
So Chloe, I have my bare rooted peony at my house. Now what do I do?
So first you want to find the position that you're going to put it in. If you have to put it into a pot, we just make sure that you are having a minimum of a 30 centimetre pot or larger. If you're going into the ground, make sure that it's a very sunny position. For the purposes of this video, we've got a pot. What you want to do is sprinkle a little bit of blood and bone on planting.
They don't need much fertiliser, do they?
They just need a bi-yearly fertilisation of blood and bone, and then alternate with lime.
Okay. So I place that into my pot. Now I need to make sure that I'm covering the eyes with potting mix or soil, yes?
You are, yes. So just 2 to 3 inches deep into the pot.
Now the great thing about peonies is that they actually prefer a heavier soil, don't they?
They do. But if you are having to put it into a pot, just a good potting mix is fine. Again, mixed with that blood and bone. You will just get more fibrous roots if you're going into a looser soil, not these big beefy tuberous roots like this big guy here.
So we've finished planting into our pot or in the ground if people were planting at home into the ground. What's next?
So I would water it in really well. And then I would go and find that sunny spot in your garden and leave it undisturbed for the next 1 to 2 years. I wouldn't repot it under 2 years. After 2 years, I would go the next size up, or you can divide it and put it again into 30 centimetre pots.
So Chloe, when can I expect some life to emerge above the soil for my peony?
Your peony rhizome will start shooting when the weather warms up. So the eyes will start throwing out some shoots.
And if I'm lucky, I might get a bloom this season?
Maybe a bloom this season, but peonies really do like to be mature and established in the pot. So year 2 and 3, you'll start to get many blooms.
Fantastic. Now, because they are a perennial and a herbaceous perennial, they're going to start to die back in autumn, aren't they?
They are. So through autumn to winter, the peonies do start to die back. You want to continue watering your peony plant through this dieback stage, because that's when the rhizome is actually putting its life back into the rhizome. It's creating the eyes, and it's also putting on those beefy tuberous roots. So you want to leave it again undisturbed, especially if the plant isn't at a mature age yet. So if you're just 2 or 3 years old, I probably wouldn't be dividing it, but winter would be the time you divide a more mature plant.
But when they are starting to die back and put that energy into the tubers, that's actually an important time to fertilise them.
That's right. So I would give a really good handful of dolomite lime
Okay.
during that stage.
Okay.
It feeds the tuber, and then every other year you would alternate it with blood and bone.
Okay, yeah. Now, Chloe, I have noticed on the Garden Express website that you have a huge range of peonies colours.
We do. We have over 20 different varieties. They come in reds, pinks, whites, all different colours.
So there really is something for everybody. But where in Australia can peonies be grown?
So they can grow in most climates. The big thing that peonies love is a cold winter. They need to have a cold winter in their dormant period. Nights need to reach below 10 degrees.
Okay. And now is the time that people should be planting bare-rooted peonies. So the window for peonies bare root is when?
Yeah, so by the end of May, you may see them start to pop up on our website.
Okay.
And from May until about August is our planting time for peonies.
For bare-rooted. There we go. So we should get on an order now before they all disappear.
Absolutely.